bigots, misogynistic, will be propped up by the very same forces which Faris would like to defend. Let's be clear. It is an atrocious lie when this side argue that they are the ones who are defending the minorities and our policy will empower the political elites. Limitations of free speech fundamentally protects the minority. In European countries, anti-Semitic laws are implemented to protect the minority Jews. If you look, ladies and gentlemen, who are the ones who are continuously insulted? The Muslim minority in France, the Roma minority in European Union. These are all minority groups who unfortunately couldn't fight back by speech, couldn't fight back by saying that they are wrong and I'm right, because I'm numerically disempowered to begin with. It is their policy which entrenches the tyranny of the majority. We think that is disgusting. A couple of questions. What is our stance here? We are perfectly fine with a constructive critique in comparison to a desecration of religion. What's the difference here? In Qatar, ladies and gentlemen, the reason why the Democratic Council existed to begin with was because people and elites in that country were repulsed when moderates on the ground wanted to argue that Sharia law shouldn't be the law of the land and the monarchy shouldn't be the one controlling the land. Imagine in their world, how do you expect when to convince people at the top when you align any movements of moderation with religious insults? It is not a positive critique when Charlie Hebdo portrays the caricature of Prophet Muhammad with a bomb on top of his head. It is not a positive critique when Theo van Gogh, the Dutch cartoonist, comes up and intentionally says that I will draw the caricature of Prophet Muhammad having sex with 3 guys so that I will enrage Muslims like you and me, so that Western media will point to us and calling us barbaric. It is an intentional strategy to increase Islamophobia and hatred towards our community. Do not fall into their lie. No. And they call us a hypocrite. The answer towards my QI was a clear contradiction. Mayor answered when I said, then are you fine with hate speeches? But then they say, oh no, we're not fine with the consequences of that act. Unfortunately, the vast majority of cases, ladies and gentlemen, when Charlie Hebdo portrays Muslims as backward religion, when you look at Theo van Gogh intentionally wanting people to see Muslims as barbaric actors, that increases Islamophobia. On a more extreme scale, notice how attacks upon Muslims in Greece had increased massively, ladies and gentlemen, the point in which Islamophobic sentiments are there. But even if there are no physical attacks, it is subtle discrimination which a woman with a hijab cannot enter my job because I see her as a person who's inferior to me because Charlie Hebdo portrays her as a person who's a barbaric religious believer. We think that is disgusting as well. No. My point here is that you make people more Islamophobic if this is allowed. The recent European poll which was conducted polled that 72% of Italians, ladies and gentlemen, do not want to have a Muslim neighbor, where 55% of UK believers actually believe that Muslims are a religion of hatred. Even if you look at the Oxford debate where Mehdi Hasan entered, and these are the top intellectual class of our society, not terrorists, the top intellectual class who eventually voted that Islam is a religion of hatred. These are people who want to perpetuate that rhetoric and increase Islamophobia a lot more. Defend yourself.
Any consequences, because that's what your argument is on. What's your criticism would you allow to at least give room for religion to evolve and be relevant?
As I mentioned, there's a clear difference between a critique and an insult.
What is it?
Drawing the caricature of Prophet Muhammad with a bomb on top of his head is not an insult. But second, I'm not the best person to draw this line. You know who is? Courts. Even in Malaysia, defamation is inherently subjective. Hate speech in European Union is inherently subjective. Traditionally, historically, courts have successfully drawn that distinction in just the same way how the Qatari Emir was susceptible to democratic change when he was persuaded in a constructive way. In comparison, when you say you should move towards democracy because Islam, because if you do not, Muslims are simply terrorists. That's not constructive. We think courts are the best place to do so. No. physicality. An attack upon my religion is equivalent to me getting beaten up physically. Notice how there are a lot of Buddhist monks who have burned themselves when the Chinese state attacks their religion. Notice that there are a lot of people who would rather kill themselves to protect their religion. It clearly shows that religion is a core part upon your physicality. I would also argue that physical attack is also subjective. If I punch a person who's so big with 6 packs, it might not constitute physical pain. But even if it is subjective, it does not mean that we shouldn't draw a line. To these people, it is inherently painful in its judgment. Their policy will destroy any movements of moderation should exist. Because now, moderates will be linked with the idea of westernization. Moderates will always be seen to be anti-Islam. Because freedom of speech is now seen to be anti-Prophet Muhammad, anti-God, anti-religion. Any possibility of religious reforms will be desecrated. I'm very happy.